What's up, Lane? How you doing? Oh, Peaches, excuse me.
That's okay.
I would get the name wrong, like in the very beginning of the podcast. It's like totally, daddy good style. So, welcome to the Plenty of Feet pod, everybody, and especially warm welcome to you, Peaches. I am
Thank you.
incredibly honored that you would be on this podcast. I was like, oh, please be on the podcast, and you were like, I'm down. I'm
You've
like,
had so many like cool people on here. I was like, surely,
I
I'll give it a chance.
I only allow cool people on this
Only,
podcast.
oh, okay, that makes
So
total
shout
sense.
out to that.
Yeah.
That's why I reached out to you. I was like, okay, I gotta holler at Peaches because I see Peaches is, doing her thing and everything. So tell me, Peaches, how was your holidays?
It was good. It's a little bit busy, and we we have COVID right now, so you know.
Oh no.
Um,
I'm so sorry to hear that. You have COVID right now?
well, I have something, and then my husband has like confirmed COVID, so I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
like whatever I have, but it just feels like a head cold, so it's not really anything terrible.
How many days has it been with COVID?
He's had it since Thursday, and I've had it since about Thursday or Friday. So I think we got it at the same time because somebody that he worked with had it as well.
Oh man, that's crazy. So right now it feels like just a head cold. That's cool. I actually had COVID in July.
Yeah.
And yep. And it started off kind of like a head cold, but it was weird because it like progressed. Like soon as like I would think like, okay, I'm feeling better, it would like out of nowhere like take like another step into like another phase of the COVID. So, I'm hoping that, you guys are able, like your bodies are able to fight it off more than mine was. I don't know why, but it took like a month for me to fully recover. And I didn't have none of the breathing issues for like 2.5 weeks, but I had a fever for like 2.5 weeks.
Dang, that's pretty crazy.
Tell me
That's
about
a
it.
long
So
time to have a fever.
I've never in my life had a fever for that long. And I didn't even get tested for COVID until I had a fever for like 3 days. And that was at the time my only symptom that I was having. And
Hmm.
then I was like, you know what? I should go get tested.
Yeah.
And I went and got tested. And they were like, why don't you do like a rapid test or whatever? That's what the doctor recommended. And I did it. And they were like, you got COVID. I was like, damn.
No.
I was so sad that I had COVID.
Man.
And then like, like the fever persisted for so long. And I'm just like, dude, like I've never in my life experienced nothing like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's like different for everybody too. See, with me, it just
Yep.
feels like a head cold, and then like you had that like fever, and then my husband, like he said it feels kind of like the flu. So I don't know. I guess it's
Oh,
different for
wow.
everybody.
Yeah, totally. It's definitely different for everybody. But anyways, like hopefully nobody listening to this, I hope you all never get COVID and what have you. And I hope both you and your husband recover from it real soon because that's
Thank you.
crazy. Especially to have to deal with it during the holidays. Did you have like plans that got canceled because of that?
Yeah, like he found out the day before Christmas Eve, and we were like, well, I guess we're staying at home. But
Oh
it
man.
like even leading up to the holidays, it just feels busy sometimes. So to have like all that stuff you have to do and do and do, and then they were like, "Well, we can't go to family's house or do anything now." So it was okay though. We had some family that stopped by and we opened gifts on the front porch. So
Oh, is that
still made
right?
it work. Yeah,
That's what's up. Did you get anything cool?
yeah. I got a vinyl printer for Christmas, which I thought was pretty neat.
Shout out to the vinyl printer. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so tell me because I truly want to know, and I'm sure everybody watching and listening to this right now want to know how long have you been in the foot fetish world?
About a year and a half. April coming up will make 2 years.
Okay, that's what's up. And what was your start in the foot fetish world?
It was actually like the first quarantine time. We were like on off working from home, working in the office, and there was like 1 week I was working from home, and like I'd finished everything I was supposed to do, and me and my sister like we joked about it because it wasn't something like people who don't have like fetishes and stuff like that. It was not really a nasty joke, but they just joked. They're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna sell feet pictures on the internet or whatever."
Right.
Um, so like we were joking about that, and then I was like, you know what? Like, what if I actually did that? And then I just
Mhm.
started doing it. And I thought to myself, maybe I could save up like money to pay for my master's degree. So
Mhm.
that's kind of what I was working towards.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to you. So, are you still working on the master's degree at the moment?
No, I finished it. I graduated about 3 weeks ago.
Man, shout out, man. Another round of applause.
Thank
Peaches,
you.
man. What did they say? Beauty, brains, and brawn. That's what's up.
I don't know about the
So,
brawn. Like, I got to work on that, but the other two, I think.
it'd be like those pinup chicks, those old school pinup chicks. You gotta, hold up the muscle,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what's up. That's a dope style too. Out here in Vegas, there's this pizza place on the strip called Pinup Pizza, and that's like the logo, the pinup chick. So,
That's,
anyways,
that's pretty
so
cool.
that's what's up. So, what's next? Are you gonna become a doctor next, or are you done with school?
No, I'm done with school. People keep asking me that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I've had the energy to do a doctorate. Like, that takes a lot of work and a lot of like brain power that I just don't have right now. I have like other stuff going on, so and plus this, like it kind of interfered with this a little bit. Like
Right.
there would be times where I'd be like, all right, I got to hold off on doing customs and other stuff like that because I have assignments due, and I don't like putting people off who like have this expectation of you delivering something for them. But most people are understanding, but it's still in the back of my mind. I'm like, dang, I hate like not letting people down, but kind of letting people down.
I hear you. I hear you. Has content creation became like something that keeps you like super busy?
Kind of, yeah. Especially planning stuff for like my other pages. I feel like there's a level that you have to keep up to say consistent, and I don't want to say relevant, but kind of relevant. To like make sure that everybody's pleased with what you're putting out. You have to kind of like put out consistent content. I've tried to not set that expectation for myself because I do have like other life stuff going on. So that's why
Mhm.
most of my pages are like free to view and stuff like that because people can just go and browse and peruse and find what they're looking for. And then like customs and stuff, I feel like keep me semi busy.
Yeah, that's what's up. Like, what kind of like custom requests like are typical? Would you say?
I get a decent amount of giantess stuff. I actually get some like office based things because I do a lot of office feet on my Instagram. So a lot of people I've gotten like professional like therapist requests and like college roommate type stuff. I get some of that every once in a while. And then I do get a decent amount of nylons stuff as well.
Ah, I get it. I get it. That's what's up. You know what kind of requests I get on this podcast a lot? Well, not from me, but like from the guests and whatever. Well, first of all, the guests do whatever the guests want to do. Like, that's never like my thing to like tell the models or the guests of this podcast, like, hey, do this or do that. Like, everything is totally up to you all. But something that I see a lot is like shoe dangling, or even like
Mm-hmm.
the nylon requests or whatever. Apparently shoe dangling, sandal dangling, and things like that are pretty big in the FFC.
Oh yeah, dangling is pretty common as well.
Speaking of all that, how about our first foot marshal? Hey, what's up, y'all? Make sure you smash that like button. It helps others discover this content. Plenty of Feet Pod, episode 21 with Peaches. That's fire. That angle was fire right there too.
I think so too.
Shout out to Peaches for that angle right there. So New Year's is coming up. I know you see the New Year's theme that I got going on right here, by the way.
Hmm.
Yeah, you like that? Oh,
Yeah.
snap. Patting myself on the back. So, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
No, not that I can think of. I'm not really a resolutions type person. If anything,
Mhm.
it'd probably be to start like consistently running more again. I always like slack off during winter because I just don't like running in the cold. But
Mm.
other than that, I don't. Not that I can think of.
I'm not a big fan of the cold weather either. That's why I moved to
Yeah.
Vegas when I did. And right now it's like super windy and way too cold for Vegas. And I'm like, man, this weather is nasty out there. I just can't do it. But believe it or not, people, Vegas does get cold. Who would have thought? Who would
I
have thought?
know.
When's the last time you had a Vegas vacation? Have you ever been to Vegas?
I've never been to Vegas. I've never been out west either, except
For
for to
real?
like fly through.
Like, do you ever like want to go out west? Like, do you ever dream of San Francisco? I feel like that's what people from the east like dream of, San Francisco.
Yeah, I feel like that's the one that everybody wants to go to. Yeah, I'd like to go to San Francisco or like LA, obviously, because that's where all the Hollywood stuff is, just to see it at least once.
Yeah, for sure. Hollywood is a weird place, just like Vegas, by the way. And by weird, like I mean like cool. Everybody, okay?
Hmm.
I was called weird like all my life, right? But I've always took it as like a compliment. I'm like, thank you. If people didn't call me weird, I feel like I would feel offended.
Yeah.
So,
Hang on just a second.
all right, commercial, everybody. Oh snap, everybody! Wow, it's just me and you. Everybody, make sure you all smash that like button right now, and man, just continue to enjoy the pod. All
Sorry
right,
about that.
it's all good. That's super cute right there. I need to go poo.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to that. No, man. So it seems like the resolution might be like maybe like getting some exercise or what have you. That seems to be like a common one in the New Year's, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't that like a pretty popular one?
Yeah, totally. I think that's probably gonna be mine too. That way, like I could like do like full body interviews, like maybe on the strip or something like that in
Yeah.
Vegas. Because right now I'm like, man, I don't know. One too many In and Out burgers.
Right. We don't have In and Out here, so
Uh, That's why I said that. So you've never had In and Out before. That's another West Coast tradition right there.
yeah. I mean, we
What
have well, it's funny. We have Whataburger in some like southern states, but not all of them.
Whataburger. So is that kind of like the thing out there? Or like what would be like the go-to burger place for wherever you are?
The go-to burger place?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't eat. Probably like we're starting to get a lot of Culver's or Freddy's. Freddy's maybe. But they're
Eddie's. Okay.
Culver's and Freddy's are kind of the same thing. But
Where
like in terms of what we're known for in the South is Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A? Really?
Yeah, like everybody eats Chick-fil-A.
It's Chick-fil-A? I didn't even know Chick-fil-A was from the South. I guess that kind of makes sense. Like the way the chicken is fried is kind of like with pickles and stuff. That's a
Hmm.
Southern thing, I think. Yeah, Chick-fil-A out here. I'm addicted to Chick-fil-A actually, but it's
Yeah.
messed up because the only day I ever want Chick-fil-A is on
It's
Sundays.
on
Real talk. No, man. I'm like, man, like now I want Chick-fil-A. And what's today?
Sunday.
It's
Which you
messed
would
up,
think
man.
they would be open like after the holidays, but I guess not.
Did you know that Vegas was like the only city they did not want to be in at all at a certain point?
Really?
Yep, because it's known as the Sin City, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's a Christian owned company or whatever. So, they never wanted to be in Vegas, but once they got a taste of Vegas, they seen, okay, this is a market they want to be in. Like Vegas is a much bigger city than a lot of people know. Actually, they think it's just the strip or whatever.
Yeah, I
Like
feel
when
like that makes sense. Like there's more than just like all the casinos and stuff. But that's kind of like the way it is with a lot of big cities. Like you have that like popular area, but then you still have more. like outside where people live, you know, and people
Exactly.
who work there have to have somewhere to live.
Exactly. I can't even tell you how many people think that I actually like live like at a hotel on the strip.
Really?
I'm so serious. They're like, what hotel do you live in? I'm like, a hotel? Like,
I don't
are
live
you
in a
kidding?
hotel.
Real talk. Hey, let's do a commercial, man. Shout out to the viewers right now. Make sure you all smash that like button. We got fur babies on the foot cam.
You know, they like to sit under my desk, so I can't really blame them.
All right, we back. So I don't know if this is like too personal of a question. If it is, you don't got to answer.
Okay.
What does the hubby think about the whole foot fetish world?
He thought it was kind of crazy to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
and then I told him that I started a page, and he was like, "Wait, you did what?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just started a page, and I was like posting pictures." And he was like, okay." And then like as time went on, we kind of had to like personally discuss what we were comfortable with and what we weren't comfortable with, because I know there's a lot of back and forth with people out there about like, well, I wouldn't let this, my partner do A, B, and C, or I would let my partner do A, B, and C. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's about what you and your partner are comfortable with. So you kind of have to work
Totally.
that out amongst yourselves.
Right. Yeah, totally. I've actually had my wife on this podcast before.
Really?
So yeah. And so I mean it's I totally feel you. Like I know what it's like. Like there's gotta be some kind of understanding first and foremost, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta know what each other are comfortable with. Not every wife in the world is down with their husband doing a foot fetish podcast. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it'd be like, what? You know, first of all, even talking to other women in general.
Yeah.
So but so yeah, I totally feel you. There's always got to be like some kind of understanding or whatever of what's going on. What's ABNC? I don't know if I know that acronym.
A, B, and C.
Yeah, the oh did you say ABNC?
Oh yeah, like you have to work that out, just kind of like the different things that you're
Oh,
comfortable
is that what it is? Oh, I thought it was like a whole nother acronym like amongst the foot fetish community. I'm like, wait, I haven't heard that one. I
There's
gotta
so many like different things here, like different
no.
different kinks and things that have like different meanings. I know what you're saying.
Word. So, like, have you yourself like discovered like some kind of like foot fetish that you have had, or are you more like enjoying like the content creation side, or like anything along those lines?
I enjoy the content creation more so, but I also like enjoy like showing off for people. But um I don't know if it's a foot fetish per se, but like I do have an appreciation for feet now, where I'm like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, okay, I can see where somebody would like really enjoy that or something like that. So plus like I think this type of thing that we're doing like opens people up more to
Totally,
like a whole bunch of different stuff and like a lot less judgment.
100%. I totally agree. Like when people find out that I do a foot fetish podcast, like I already know that they're like what? You know, I do more than one podcast, right? Like so I have multiple other podcasts, and the whole reason why this podcast came about is because of another podcast where we were doing it as kind of like a joke, and we got like grilled, super grilled by the foot fetish community. You know, like I heard you say something about like you said that you would like sell feet like as a joke, and then you discover like, oh shit, this world is not a joke. Like people like
Yeah,
take it really serious.
yeah,
Well, that's kind of what happened with this whole idea, is that we did it at first as a joke, got grilled, we started trolling the idea, and then stopped doing it, and then we were like, you know what, let's bring it back and maybe do it as like not so much of a joke. And then next thing I know, I'm doing a foot fetish podcast, and
yeah,
you know, here I am right here. But I hear you, like it's normalizing it in a lot more ways than people probably even know or recognize, because a lot of people are ashamed to have this kind of a fetish
mhm,
or a kink or what have you. And then you got people like us who we don't mind what people say or what people think, right?
yeah, exactly.
And so I think the more of that happens, then hold on one second. I just had my own little interruption right now.
That's okay. I understand.
Oh, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And I think that the more that happens, the more people will like be about what they like. Just the same way guys are like, oh, I'm a tits and ass guy, or I like
mhm,
ass or tits. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
yeah, why not be like, hey, I like feet. You know,
yeah. People are.
there's
I
nothing
think
wrong
it's
with
interesting that people find it like other people find it so odd. I guess like the term used is like vanilla people find it so odd.
it. Mhm.
Like I think it's interesting that people find that one odd, but not like the other parts of the body. I'm like it's just another part of the body. Like it's I
That's
think
it.
it's taboo because like people think that they're unclean or whatever because they're the closest to the ground. But like I mean, in some cultures, they're like the feet are worshipped just like not sexually. They're just worshipped because they're I don't know like a in some religions they are.
I got to do some kind of studying, because I feel like at some point there had to have been some kind of like normalization of worshiping the feet, because you hear it all the time, like, oh, worship the feet or worship the ground she walks on or
Hmm.
whatever. Like it was probably some like Egyptian time type of something that you had to do, or something like sacred or something along those lines. And you know what's crazy, actually even saying that, is that you can absorb a lot of good energy from even walking around on the grass outside,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and that's done from the feet. So the feet are energy absorbers at the end of the day. You can't
Hmm.
I don't think you could do that with some butt cheeks.
Yeah. Like
Right,
I
I
could
mean,
be
just
getting a
think
little
about it, right?
uncomfortable if you were like walking around outside and you just was like, all right, let me sit on the ground. Though I think
Exactly.
there's people do that, that like are in those what is it like places who are like free and they don't wear clothes or anything like that. So I guess I could do that there.
Right, no, for sure. All right, let's go to some of the comments from some of the people watching right now. K Dog says, I want to know, how does her beautiful feet smell?
um, I get corn chips a lot, or kind of like Doritos. That's a pretty common one.
That's what my wife says about her feet. She says corn chips.
I feel like
um,
that's the popular one. It's either like that one or onions, or like vinegars. People like vinegary smells.
right. And I think it's the pheromones from the smell of feet that guys like, I think.
Yep,
Yeah.
I didn't. I've heard that, but I didn't. Like before I started doing that, I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know it was a thing either. So blowing my mind. Are Peach's feet ticklish?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, like on a scale of 1 through I'm gonna kick you in the face.
uh, Probably like a 7-ish, and then I would say
Okay.
like other parts of my body, like my ribs. Those are that's way more ticklish than my feet. But my feet are like a 6 or 7, so decently ticklish.
Okay. 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 All right, let's see here. How far can you spread your cute toes? These questions are coming from the viewers Talking to her hubby, not me. Okay, don't come beat me up.
Um, I mean, I got a pretty decent spread, and I can also, I don't know if you can see from this angle, but I can like give a thumbs up and stuff too. So,
Oh, is that right? I had a guest one day. She was put to the test by the viewers. They wanted to know if she could write her name with her feet.
I don't know
Have
if
you
I
ever
can do
tried
that.
that?
Like, I don't know
No.
if I'm that dexterous.
Word. All right. Peaches, do you take your shoes off in public when you're bored or feet hurt under a table like at a library or a restaurant?
Yes, I do. I do it at work sometimes because, like, I just wear flats, so it's easy to like just dangle them at lunch or like in my office. Not so much recently because I'm training somebody, so I don't want like my shoes to just be off or be unprofessional. But yeah, normally I have my shoes off. I think people probably think I'm weird, but it's just more comfortable.
Again, weird is cool, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever been out in public and like discovered a foot fetish person? Like seeing that somebody was like maybe looking at your feet a little more than a normal scenario would be?
No, I don't think so. I think like people conceal it pretty easily. I will say I used to talk about this one guy at work, but somebody told me like I probably shouldn't. I don't know. They got onto me, but there's one guy at work I'm pretty sure has one because like every time he comes in my office, it's always just like a quick up down with his eyes, and I'm like, every single time you just and that's it. Like we're just and he compliments my shoes and stuff too, so I'm like, maybe he's not so
Yeah,
good at hiding it. Maybe I have figured him out, but like at the same time, you want to be professional, and you know,
right. So
so
your colleagues were saying maybe ease off him a little bit.
and not my colleagues, but somebody on Instagram was like, hey, maybe you shouldn't like talk about that because people will think it's okay to like walk up to somebody in the office and be like, hey, I have a foot fetish, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, maybe that's not that professional, but at the same time, like nobody knows me in real life, so
Hmm.
who's it hurting to just tell a story? I guess.
Right. I don't think it's hurting anybody to say a story. You know, come to think of it, like so like I all right, I've never been like I didn't even think about like feet at all at a certain point, until all of this kind of came about and became what I do now often. But like now that I think about it, like man, there's been many scenarios where if I were exposed to this world and I was one of you viewers out there watching and listening to this right now, like you would have like a field day with feet all around you. Like so, I once upon a time I drove Uber. I always talk about when I drove Uber because like there's so many stories that I have from driving
I can
Uber.
imagine.
And I can't even tell you how many times like I would pick up like a bachelorette party and like one of them will have their feet like on the in the middle glove department or whatever, the middle dash area or
Hmm.
whatever, and they would have their feet right there, and I'd be like, really, you gonna have your feet up right there? But like when I think about it, I'm like, oh man, like that would have been like a foot fetish dude's dream right there,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and yeah. Anyways, not giving you all any ideas or nothing in mind.
Right.
Do you like to walk barefoot? That's coming from Ashiku Islam.
Yeah, I get this one a lot too. Yeah, I like to walk barefoot outside in the grass. It's my like one of my favorite things because I guess I didn't like now that you say that it makes sense. But like the energy that you can absorb through walking outside in the grass, that's probably why I like it. So yeah,
Does it
and
make you
I've
feel like
also had,
happy, or
huh?
does it make you like feel like happy or something?
Yeah, like makes me feel happy, and then I guess just the sunshine in the grass makes me feel good.
Man, nature and sunlight, that's what really makes people happy. And going back to the whole um COVID thing, I think that's what brought me back is that after like 3 weeks I started going outside and getting
Oh yeah,
sunlight, and I think that really really brought me back.
yeah. I feel like vitamin D, the sun, is um like one of
That's
nature's best healers.
The ultimate healer. Yeah, I want to get back to the nature talk, but let's do a foot commercial. Hassam is so funny. He said, "I'd crash the Uber." Oh,
Be distracted.
everybody, press that like button if you love this show. It helps others discover this content. And follow us both on Instagram. Her Instagram is Sweet Peaches Lane, and mine is Plenty of Feet Pod. Shout out to RWBY. I guess that stands for probably Ruby or something like that. OMG, best angle, sexiest forever. Ugh, even the accent got me drooling. Yes, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. I love fire comments like that because it lets me know that you all enjoy what we got going on over here.
Yeah.
All right, so back to like the whole like nature talk and everything. So are you big on like energy? Like, do you got like a lot of plants around and everything?
Yeah, and I'm just started getting into it. I've always liked plants. I, have quite a few of those around, and then I got like a crystal set for Christmas, and then like a book about like the different types of crystals. So I'm kind of like researching that and looking into stuff like that.
Well, I know what your TikTok I know what your TikTok feed looks like then.
Yeah.
You get all the like the ruby and like or the crystal TikToks and the energy TikToks. That's what mine looks like actually.
Yeah. Or like witchcraft too. I don't know how I ended up there, but I kind of like it.
Same. I don't know how I ended up there either. I get all the witchcraft stuff too. I'm like, wait, is this like is like the universe trying to like show me
something? Yeah.
Really though, that's really insane actually when I think about it. So like something about plants that you always hear people say is talk to the plants, say positive happy things to the plants, right? And then they'll grow to be beautiful. And it really like tells me like how for real like our power is at the end of the day with the words that we say and the words that we speak, right?
Yeah.
And so like that's something that like tells me like this is the reason why we have to, give positive affirmation, not only to ourselves, but to others. Say nice things, stay away from negative energy. Like, I feel like it's so real, man.
It is. Well, and especially like doing this, I learned that like the way to befriend like photographers and models and stuff like that is just to comment nice things on their stuff. And it's like not just comment to be seen, but like comment something you actually like about the picture or something that you like about their content, and you'll have like more friends than you will,
You just gave me an idea because I'm gonna start doing more comments when I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start commenting on all of your pictures now. You're gonna be like, all right, I didn't mean that. Okay.
All right, not every single one. Although it does help with whatever Instagram's algorithm is. I don't know what that is, but
Man, Instagram's algorithm is bizarre to me.
It is. I'm on like I have a regular TikTok and then I have a TikTok for this as well. And I've like totally figured out the TikTok algorithm. Like it's doing great. And I did a poll on my like fans page, and I was like, how did you find me? Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok? And like I have more TikTok users than I do Twitter and Reddit. And like TikTok is almost as close as Instagram, and Instagram I've had the longest. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is a thing that, we should start looking into.
TikTok is obviously working much better than the other platforms.
Oh yeah.
Their algorithm is definitely working. I can't seem to get TikTok to like me. Almost everything I post. because maybe it's my sense of humor is like too I don't know, provocative, or I
Mhm.
don't know, but almost every time I do like a comedy TikTok or some kind of like comedy sketch that I put together, like it's immediately your TikTok is inappropriate, or whatever
Oh my
verbiage they use. I'm like, dude, man, it's crazy. And going back to the whole conversation about like body parts, like breasts and ass or whatever. Isn't it crazy that like people can post that all day long on Instagram, but the moment you start posting feet, it's like the worst thing you can ever do. Like what?
I swear, a bunch of us swear that they stuck something in the algorithm that's like feet flag it because I don't know what it is, and I'm gonna knock on wood. I haven't gotten deleted yet. I don't know how, but I mean, I feel like it's coming at some point because
Do you
they don't like it over there for whatever reason. And TikTok is kind of the same way, but how you like loophole that is you have to like show your whole face and body, and then you just kind of like sneak feet in, into like a
um
TikTok that kind of like makes sense to have your feet showing or something like that.
okay, so when I make a clip of this episode, I'll make sure it's like all of us together. My
Yeah,
face, your face, and the foot cam.
yeah,
All right, bet. I gotta get on my clip game. See, I've been discouraged by TikTok for deleting all of my clips, man. Like it takes a lot of work to do all that stuff, and then you do it, and
yeah,
they're like, no. You're like, I just spent 30 minutes making that one clip.
yeah.
It's so sad, man. I'm like, man, like, dude, and that's one of the things. Like, I think that, like, if I could like encourage anything to anybody, I would say, I think everybody should like create like their own platforms of some kind, because at any moment, any of these social medias can be pulled from under your feet. No pun.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people say is like have multiple different pages, like have all your stuff on different sites because at any moment they could because what we're doing is taboo in general, like selling this type of content, and so like companies are going to be like, no, we don't like that. Let's shut it down.
Right. It's jacked up. But I bet you if the Instagram owner or CEO or whatever that guy's name is, or whatever his position is, I bet you if he had a foot fetish, that's all that would be all over
Oh
Instagram.
yeah, it wouldn't be a big deal at all.
We gotta show him this podcast. Like maybe he'll start being down with the FFC.
I
I mean,
think
I,
so.
I think so too. I mean, hey, what is there not to like? You know, let's do a foot commercial, and then I want to talk about all the ways people can find you. If you like this podcast, smash that like button, everybody. Hey, shout out to all the people leaving comments right now and stuff. All right, so what are all the platforms and places people can find you?
I'm on Reddit, and everything is under Sweet Peaches Lane. So I'm on Reddit as Sweet Peaches Lane. I'm on Twitter at Sweet Peaches Lane. I'm on Instagram as Sweet Peaches Lane. OnlyFans at Sweet Peaches Lane, and TikTok Sweet Peaches or it's Sweet Peaches.
Right on, right on. And I probably should have asked you this like in the beginning of the podcast, but how did you get Sweet Peaches as your alias?
It's I'm Southern, and I don't tell most people where I'm from, but like people kind of figure it out. But peaches is our
Okay.
state fruit, so
Gotcha.
Like it's
Okay.
very fitting to me, and I have red hair, so it's kind of like a whole peachy thing I got going on.
Is that like your actual color right there?
No, it's not real. I dye my hair.
Okay. Okay. You could have told me. You should have told me yes.
I
No,
know.
before.
I feel like if I said yes, people would just believe me, and they'd be like, "Oh, wow."
I thought I had a ginger on the podcast right now. Damn it! No, it's like,
I mean, you do technically, just
I technically do. I technically, I do.
Oh,
Well,
and mini vids. I'm on mini vids too.
on many vids, I've never heard of many vids. There's
It's
so
like
many that I've. It's a foot store, you said?
it's a clip store.
Oh, a clip store. Okay. I got to check out all these. I'm learning as I go. Like all these different platforms that I need to check out and maybe
Yeah,
get some content on these platforms as well.
definitely.
Well, Sweet Peaches, thank you so much for being a part of this podcast today. Incredibly honored that you were to be a part of this podcast, and I hope to have you on here again
Yeah,
sometime.
absolutely. Thanks so much
All
for
right.
having me.
Yes, absolutely. Let's round of applause, everybody. Round of applause. Hassam says, "I love redheads." Me too, man. Me
That's
too.
awesome.
All right. Well, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna carry everybody out with the foot commercial, and then I'll see you after the foot commercial. Boom. Smash that like button, everybody. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Y'all don't even know yet, but this is literally the most viral podcast on the internet. Oh, shit.